Again. Oh well. Rather have still goblins in there. Uh-huh.
You're just gonna leave? Yeah, with you. Look, you guys are cool. But I need to go talk to Mittens and Amity. Alright. See you around, cutie. Amity, wait. First you embarrass me, then you want to be my friend? I don't get you. Pick a side. Please, just listen to me. Just go away before things somehow get worse.
Alcatraz. The Rock, the most infamous prison on Earth.
Well, I think Alcatraz was the perfect prison for the... time. It was the big stick against crime.
America's worst, Al Capone, Machine Gun Kelly, and Whitey Bulger were all... locked up here. The island was just over a mile offshore, but escape was almost impossible. Prisoners who tried faced icy waters, deadly currents, disorientating fog, and fearsome predators. To understand these dangerous forces, a new investigation will pull a plug on the sea floor and drain the waters of San Francisco Bay. It will reveal the secrets of the seabed with stunning computer graphics. Can the underwater landscape explain the Rock's reputation as an inescapable prison? In 1962, 3 men did break out from Alcatraz. Will draining the bay throw new light on what happened to them?
They entered the water at the north end and took off in a raft, never to be seen again.
Did they reach the mainland and freedom? Or did the ferocious currents shaped by the seabed seal their fate? And can this underwater landscape show why Alcatraz might be the safest place when the next earthquake hits California? What secrets will be revealed when we drain Alcatraz? The island of Alcatraz sits alone in the middle of San Francisco Bay, a large body of water on the west coast of the United States. Within this dramatic landscape, Alcatraz and the remnants of the renowned U.S. federal prison are just over a mile from the heart of the city. For 29 years, it held some of the most dangerous and notorious criminals in history.
Alcatraz was the end of the line, and that's what it was designed for. It was the place where they could take and isolate the troublemakers, the gang leaders, the most problematic, the most troublesome prisoners. They sent them to Alcatraz.
Officially, no one successfully escaped the Rock. But why exactly was no inmate able to break out of Alcatraz? To answer this, we will use high-resolution sonar scans to plot the hidden depths of San Francisco Bay. For the first time, cutting-edge computer graphics transform the scans into remarkable images of the seabed. This is Alcatraz as never seen before. Today, the island is a museum, run by the National Park Service. Over 1 million visit every year. One man has watched it rise to become one of America's most visited attractions. Ranger John Cantwell. He's worked on the island for over 25 years. He knows its history.
There's a term that we use on Alcatraz, layers of history, and the first layer of history would be the Army's time on Alcatraz. They arrived in 1853 and built a fortress to protect the harbor. The Federal Bureau of Prisons take over in 1934, and they ran the island for 29 years as a supermax penitentiary.
American justice reserved Alcatraz for the worst of the worst. The prison was fortified to make sure they would stay put.
Where I'm standing is on Broadway. This is the main corridor in the cell house. Alcatraz being a supermax penitentiary meant that you had high security, one officer for every 3 convicts. They were constantly being watched. 12 times a day they would have counted every convict in this penitentiary building.
Prison breaks were suppressed with extreme force. But escape was a constant temptation. Freedom was just a short swim away.
The punishment of Alcatraz was this, the view of what was going on across the bay. Everything's in plain view, and these men that were incarcerated on Alcatraz could see it.
I think it's fair to say every guy that ever did time here considered, how are you going to escape?
Liberty seemed so close that for some, it was irresistible.
The official count is 14 different escape attempts. Of that number, 5 men are still unaccounted for.
To make it off the island, the convicts first had to escape from the prison itself.
Well, probably one of the most famous escape attempts from the building is the 1937 Roe and Cole escape attempt. They cut through the windows and pop out into the San Francisco Bay. And they sent boats out looking for those 2 guys and never found them. The official on this is that they were swept out to sea.
Powerful currents weren't the only dangers facing us.